And with 3, 2, 1, we're on the air. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Wednesday edition of Monarchs Live. We are getting closer. I mean, every second, getting closer to baseball time in the Metro. Let's talk about it next, right here on Monarchs Live, coming to you in 3, 2, how about 1? Here we go. Well, good afternoon to you, everybody. As I love the jams, I love the jams, love the jams. Man, we're doing good. Just love that. I mean, just jamming, man, jamming. That's my jam. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of Monarchs Live. We are at the ballpark, and we're going to give you a couple things. First off, my name's Dan Vaughn. I'm glad you're along on this Wednesday. It is a glorious day in the Metro. This is what we like to call a Chamber of Commerce weather. You bottle it up, take it on the road with you, or you bottle it up, and when it's really cold and brutal in like December and January, you open it up, and there you go. Can we do that? I would really be on to something if I could come up with some kind of scientific quasi thing that would be able to do. What am I thinking of? I'm a mind. All right. Glad you're along. I want to give you guys first up before we jump into the lineup card. I'm going to give you this to you throughout the show. That's live. You're looking live at Legends Field. The grounds crew, Tyler and company, are working. I mean, they are busting their tails right now. This place, and if you saw some of the video, or maybe you saw some photos, and I'll show you some. Oh gosh, 48 hours ago, it was a soccer pitch with seats on the field, and it looks, except for the markings on the field, you would never know we played soccer here 2 nights ago. And what a success that was. That was really good news for our area as well. But down there, putting the mound in right below us there, and that is what you're looking at there too. Is the GoPro I've talked about over and over again, and that's going to be our booth cam. Whenever I get that sorted for the broadcast this year, you'll be able to do this. Actually, I will be able to do this. Listen to me. You'll be able to watch me, pound the desk when we strike out somebody or something. Anyway, but that is what's going on live right now down there. Field looks great. Again, beautiful day, that blue sky, and just looks phenomenal. Brian, good to see you out there. Love to hear where you're from, what you're doing today, not where you're from, what you're doing. Lineup card's a little different. I'll bring this back down again. Originally, and this would have been a couple hours ago, within the last 2 hours, we're going to talk about the new Monarchs Academy with Jesse Perdaza, who is head of our diversity department, doing this phenomenal work he's been working on with the Monarchs. Just a lot of things, the Monarchs Academy, all the things in the community. I mean, he has really got some exciting things that are for the future of this ball club. I mean, things down the road, and it's going to be helping the youth of our area. A mentoring program. There's a lot to it. I'm not going to dive into a lot of it because I wanted him to join me. He will be joining me. He'll be on the broadcast this weekend. I'll talk about that more in a moment. But he will be on one of our upcoming shows. And but he and this is the thing. We're getting that crunch time, and because we're working here at the ballpark, getting the ballpark ready. Some of the office most of the office is over in Leawood. So they got to be a lot of back and forth. I'm over here in the press facility. We're called the media center now. I'm up here, but a lot of comings and goings, and a meeting comes up, you got to take it. And Jesse has been pitch hit with me. So I'm going to try to cover. But I don't want to go through it all because it's exciting stuff, but I really want him to tell you about it. And being down yesterday at the Royals Academy, down right behind the museum, seeing that, seeing what baseball can do, not just putting kids on a field to play, but development, mentoring, growth in our community, giving back. And it's something I really believe in. And I think, if you've known me long enough, I believe in giving back. We have a great opportunity as the Monarchs family to give back to our community and give back and make this world better tomorrow than it was today. And we'll continue to do that. And Jesse will join us down the road. He will be on at some point, either Sunday or the Tuesday radio broadcast. And I will probably, what I'll do is I'll just do a longer show next Wednesday, try to squeeze everybody in. We got a lot of things to squeeze in, and we're getting down to the wire. So Jesse couldn't make it, but he was going to be on. He will be on. I'm looking forward to having him. A fine young man, and he's got a passion for this Monarchs family. I'm looking forward to hearing his message as well. So that is off the top. Rest of the lineup card is pretty simple today. It's me, which is good because for me, I need the practice of just being me. We're going to really go through kind of just a shortened show today. I'm going to go through all the things that are going on. I mean, it's just like, the soccer's over with for a couple weeks, at least in this ballpark. You took a breath for about 2 hours. It's like when you win the big ball game and you got to play the next one the next week. It's the same thing. I mean, you enjoy it for a few moments and it's boom, here we go again. Training starting today. You've got the team basically all here. Joe Capietra is here. The entire field staff's here. Again, we saw the stadium field, the playing surface being worked on with Tyler and company. Legends. I'm going to take you to the Legends Club in a few minutes. I shot a little video over there. That's coming together. You've got the Fan Fest on Saturday. We've got a game on Sunday, a game on Tuesday down in the city. You got all kinds of stuff going on. And so, hey, I'm going to go through all that, okay? So glad you're along. I will. Good to see Jim. Jim, you're ready as well. Sorry, folks, I've been looking down. You're ready as well. I don't have a question for the day. Okay, I didn't have a question for the day. But I do, as I always want to know, let me know. If you're watching this right now, tell me where you're watching. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a howdy. Give me something. Tell me where you're watching. And just tell me how you're doing. I mean, maybe that's my question today. How are you doing? Because I think for the first time in a while, we slowly, little baby steps, it's getting a little bit closer to normal. It's getting closer to normal. And we have these little steps. But I think for me, Monday night, being in this press box, sitting a seat over and watching soccer going on the field and seeing fans coming through the gates, seeing people cheering, hearing Nate Harrod, our play-by-play, our PA guy, you know what I meant, here in the ballpark, hearing him do the same thing for the soccer and just hearing the excitement and just seeing Jim Cunda's crew downstairs in concessions. They were selling beers and snacks and all that. It smelled like a ballpark. I mean, I walked to one of the suites up here and there was a bag of popcorn. It was a ballpark. It was a stadium. It was an atmosphere. The ghost of this place had been kind of haunting this place for a while. And really, you go back to 2019, there were a lot of ghosts here. Those ghosts are gone. Whew. They've been exercised out the window, and now it's time for soccer and baseball and for all the things that are going to happen out here. It's going to be awesome. So for the first time, I feel normal starting Monday. And then yesterday, like our friend Sean Aronson, the St. Paul Saints play-by-play man, opened up the AAA Saints season in Des Moines, or Omaha, one of the two. All of our affiliated friends are all playing baseball now. We start on Sunday with a spring training game. It's feeling totally different. I mean, the mask is in my pocket, but it's not being worn nearly as much. Are you all like me? Are you feeling the same thing I'm feeling? I just feel so good. And I hope that passion is contagious. Corey says, watching live in Lawrence, so ready for the season. Amen to that, my friend. Jim is doing good, and good to see him out there. What else we got in the show today? Well, I have a lot of cards, so we'll just jump right in. Again, I'll give you this from throughout the show. There is the live shot of the field down there, and my little toy. This actually, my little toys and bells and whistles. This GoPro is what I did snorkeling and all that with on holiday back in March. It was pretty bad to be underwater and see rays and all that. Pretty cool. And have my little nerdy little camera holder that I ordered on Amazon. And this bad boy though is like cool. I mean, that's cool. That's not my phone I shot. You remember last week on my phone was kind of it's good, but nothing like that. It's pretty cool. So anyway, so hope you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a full screenshot of that. How about that? It looks even better on the screen. Do you know when or how we'll get our season tickets? I do know they're working hard on that for you right now. Jim, I was there yesterday, most of the day. I was there Monday all day over in the Leawood where the ticket office is at the moment temporarily. They'll eventually be over here, but I'll bring me back into here. That's a good. Is that good or what? Look at that. Does that look awesome or what? Gosh, she's a beaut. She is a beaut, folks. She's a beaut. But yes, I know that's in the process, and they're working hard on that. I think one of the things to give you as well, when Wyandotte County went with 100% open, that threw some curveball to Nick and company and tickets because suddenly, they were doing pod seating, these pods as we all talked about. Suddenly, pods are gone. They're a thing of the past. So that they had to go back through and do some of that. So I know that's probably some of the delay, but they will be getting those out to you. Bobby says, "Hey, Dan, at home enjoyed the retirement. Listening to you, watching afternoon baseball at MLB Network. Yeah, how about that, Bobby? By the way, congratulations to you on your retirement. Of course, Bobby, the part of the parenting of the one the young man who caught the final out in the 2018 American Association Championship game when only Keith Curcio in right field. And it's one of those memories that's blasted my mind. And I love the Curcio. It's one of those things that you're really fortunate to do this business is meeting family and friends of the players. And boy, they couldn't be better fans of the game, better people. Good to see you. Congratulations on the on propping the legs up there. How about that? Bob says, can't wait to see the seats filled. Watching you on a day off from work, Bob. There you go. I don't get my off days. Matter of fact, my last weekend of sort of off days was last weekend. Now I will have, for example, 2 weeks from now, Saturday the 15th, I'm flying to Dallas for my nephew's graduation. So that'll sort of be an off day. But the broadcast crew doesn't really get many off days during the season. So we'll get some Mondays, a lot of Mondays off, but we start rocking and rolling. I mean, it's 8-game homestand. Everybody goes home and kicks it. We hit the road. Hit the road, Jack. Let's see here. Let me get caught up here. Enjoy watching the Monarchs live. Midtown on my lunch hour. What are you having in New York? Jonathan's in New York watching the show every week. Jonathan's going to be a partner of ours on the broadcast side. His streaming outfit in the Big Apple. It's going to be carrying some select Monarchs games on audio stream, which is exciting for us. Yeah, walking the big city. Yeah, that was a great moment, Bobby. That moment, etched in my mind, and I know in Joe's mind. And I'm looking forward. I really believe that Rain Reborn here is going to do that again and do that again very soon. Michael, before I roll along here, and actually, I was working on something earlier, and I'm going to get to it in just a second. Is there a special pass for employees to grant us baseball fans? Yes, have them call me at 1-800. What can I think of? Let me think on the fly here. 1-800 call out. Would that be 7 numbers? That'd be right? 1-800 call out. 1-800 CALLOUT and ask for Dan, and I'll give you an excuse. I'm onto something there, I think. Michael, I'm onto something. Have them call me at 1-800 call out. Michael is experiencing some very major baseball fever. he's going to take the day off today. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor of baseball, and yes, he has to take the day off. And I'll write you a note. My wife knows this story, and I'm getting way off topic here, but I used to have, and when I was in high school back in the day, they had these little attendance sheets and you leave class and late sheets and all that. Well, I have come across pads of those that were left out, and I put them in my locker, and I had a little racket going where I was able to pretty much issue a free pass to anyone that wanted a free pass. Of course, there's those old school little pink pieces of paper, and it had like a 2 pages to it. It had the little what was the stuff in between? It had the pink page and like a yellow page, and there's the little carbon copy in the middle. Those old school, remember those? I was pretty popular in my racket. All the rackets I did, especially at a private school too. How about that? How did I even get out of high school? How did I get in college? How did I get here? You're all asking this. Nate says 100. What do you say here? I'm sorry. I got a glare here again, as you see. 1,800 off work. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. 1-800 off work. There you go. 1-800 off work. That's perfect. I'm going to arrange my script. Hey, I'm looking forward to it, Corey. I know a lot of you folks are. And I again, this was not scripted, so we're kind of off topic here, but it's all good. I'm glad to hear from all y'all. I'm not stressed. I got a real boatload of stuff to do. I mean, a lot of stuff to do. I mean, I've got a mountain of stuff, but let's go rewind to the 2019 season. I've been a mess. 2014, I'd have been a mess. Whenever I'd have been just, and my wife knows this, I'm a little stressed. I am a little stressed anyway, but we're going to play baseball. We have a broadcast on Sunday. I'm just looking forward to firing the microphone up. I'm looking forward to turning the microphone button on. I mean, literally, I was telling my wife this last night. I would usually come home from the ballpark or the office this time of year, and I would put my computer on the table in the kitchen, and I'd go to town again. I wrapped up The Crown last night. Now I'm on to something else. I mean, I'm on Netflix. I'm watching baseball. I mean, it's not that I'm stressed. It's because I think perspective's different now, Corey, and everybody else. My perspective is like, after having it taken away from us for so long, I mean, normal life, mask wearing and social distancing, and you couldn't hug your neighbor, couldn't hug your love. Heck, I couldn't even see my in-laws at Thanksgiving without getting tested. I mean, I couldn't even hug people in my own family. I mean, all were going through that, and we couldn't see sport in person. We couldn't cheer on our team here. All the things we've been doing. So I think perspective is different now. I know that first night when I flipped the microphone on, I'll probably be teary. I'll probably break down. Heck, I broke down the office meeting on Monday talking about Ronald McDonald House. Because I think perspective now, we've had it pulled away from us. We've had the chair pulled up underneath us. We fell on our backside. It didn't feel so good. And I think empathy and love is what's gotten us through this whole thing. And now we have a chance to a new perspective. It's totally different. And I think that's one reason why a lot of folks are going to take off work, and they're going to, I mean, we're like, perspectives changed. Change us all. Okay, let's get caught up here. Opening day. A lot of, I don't know yet. Joe and I have not talked in specifics. He's here. They're meeting down there right now in right field in the clubhouse, which, by the way, I don't have any video of that or any shots of that, but I'll get that for you next week. Oh, man. I walked through there last night after it's all been cleaned out after the soccer and all the new stuff's in there. Oh, man. Had a nice conversation with John West, our equipment manager and first base coach on the road. And that place is really cool. But I think it's too early to tell. I do know this. I'll give you this little tip, Jim. Joe called me on Monday, asked me if I would print up the baseball reference sheets of all the players in camp because they've got a lot of some guys to get to know, and also some decisions are going to have to be made. And they want to have as much information as possible, and they want to get to know these guys on the fly because you got to squeeze in a month and a half of spring training in about 10 days. So it's a real challenge, but I don't think Joe's there yet. I think it's a little early. Um, he is probably, I would guess, he probably has an idea of his rotation. I think he sort of told us that. We might go through that a little bit more in detail on Sunday's broadcast, but I don't think that's in play as of yet. And also one thing to think about too, Jim, because of the competition initially, they're playing the Kansas City Adult Men's League All-Star team on Sunday, and they play Houston, the Apollos, on Tuesday. I think you'll get a better idea on Tuesday, really, how this thing lineup-wise will shake out. I think you'll see a lot of guys get action on Sunday, and I think you'll see a little more consistent thing. I do know Joe wants versatility, and I think there's some guys he's going to look at different positions. I would watch the defensive alignment, Jim. I think especially Tuesday's game and going forward, I would watch the defensive alignment just to see who plays where. They'll give you a good indication. I remember a couple of years ago, you remember the 2018 season when Donald Lutz was here, the former Red, and he just didn't hit well, and he just had a real rough spring. Didn't hit well, and he was only playing first base, kind of pigeonholed in one spot. And he played a little bit in the outfield. It just didn't go real well. And I think you're going to have to watch situations. I'm just calling that situation to recent memory, but you're going to have to see situations where guys are playing, and can they play right? Can they play third? Or can they play short and second? Can they play all the infield spots? We'll get the hot stove news in a moment as well. Get that to you. Let's see here. Jonathan adding to the conversation. Different vibe. Yeah, I'm not a big Rob Manfred fan, and that's just me personally. And I think I'm not alone here. But I think what Major League Baseball has done to a degree is not really they did it on their own. I mean, the pandemic did them a favor. They were able to kind of make their move. I'm not a fan of the moves they made as far as contraction and losing teams. I'm not a big fan of that. A lot of folks lost their jobs and livelihood, and that's bad because it's hard enough to get a job in this business and to keep it, because when you lose it because a team goes away, those jobs go away. So I'm not a fan of that. Although, because the pandemic put a pause on all the minor leagues and most of the independent teams, except for the 6 of the association, a lot of folks haven't played baseball. A lot of front offices haven't played baseball. So I think there's a lot of hey, we're just glad it's back under whatever circumstances. So I think that's one thing. I think Major League Baseball can thank their lucky stars to a degree that the pandemic's kind of helped their cause to a degree. But I agree, there is a different anticipation, a different vibe. I got a dear friend of mine, David Chomps Kerr, used to work in Gary, works for the Mississippi Braves down in the new AA South. He was hired off season of 1920. So after the 19 season, he was in Gary. He was hired for the 20 season in Mississippi. Well, he's basically been sitting down there not having much to do until now, because they didn't play last year, and he's finally getting a chance at his new job. And I think that's, we see a lot of those stories throughout there. Michael here. Let me get your questions and comments here, folks. Baseball is catchy. We all need to smell hot dogs, cooking cold beer, family nights out, see America's pastime. You know what? Michael, you're onto something here. Boy, this is actually kind of fun because I'm off script here, so this is all good. The breeze in the wind, the lump in your throat, the chill you get in the national anthem, the arm around the family as you sing "Take Me Out the Ball Game," those things, those feelings, the sights, the sounds, the smells. For example, Monday night, smelling hot dogs cooking here, smell the pizza cooking. There were smells that I hadn't smelled in a long time. It's one thing about this business. If I sell you a car, you can sit in the car and you can drive the car and the nice leather seats and the new car smell and the bells and whistles, and you have a car. I can sell that to you. But this is a feeling. What we sell here, what we package here in our little Monarchs package, and whether it be Sioux City or Cleburne, Kauffman Stadium, whatever you package that whole thing up. It's not really, the Legends Club's really cool. That's a cool place to go. But what you're really selling is that emotion, the sights, the sounds, the smells, the chill in your spine to the national anthem on a Memorial Day weekend. It's that tug of the heartstring. That's what this thing is. And I think that more than anything else is what Major League Baseball kind of has gotten away from. I think we've all gotten away from that. I think now we've found a way to kind of reshuffle the deck. But you make a really good point, Michael. Really good point. And add to it that he also asked me, I want to buy some T-Bones jerseys, Monarchs. Would they have? Don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with those. We've talked about that, but I've not heard an official word. Uh, I didn't know if there's anything online on eBay. I wouldn't. But as far as Monarchs gear, it's there. The store's down here at the ballpark. It's right outside the press window here, and it's right there. Plenty of gear. We have really cool gear. As far as getting old stuff, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know. Stay tuned. If I hear something, I'll let you know and remind me again. Let's see here. Michael's got one more for us before I move on to all the events of the day. Thank you very much. And got this one little glare spot on my laptop that drives me nuts. Let's see this one. Yep. There we go. Rose fan T-Bones and now Monarchs love for baseball. Amen, amen, amen. Okay. Glad you're along here. The show is Monarchs Live. Jesse Pedraza was going to join us, but didn't get a chance to. Jesse works in our front office. He got a really good message. I'm gonna table that conversation until Jesse can join us in a week or so. But we'll get him on. He was supposed to join, but I'm just jumping. Let me get this off the screen. Vaughn. Ah, there we go. I got this one little spot with the glare on my laptop, and it's crazy. Here we go. While we are shifting gears, so there's a shot live down there of the boys getting their work done as we continue the show here on Monarchs Live. And I will move to the next little odds and ends, a little scatter shooting. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Michael. Hope you have a great day too, mate. Let's roll right along here. I mentioned a little scatter shooting, little what's going on. Let's start a little hot stove update. Been a busy, and it's still going to get busier. I think you're going to see a pretty fluid situation coming forward or going forward here. Let me bring this down here. Sorry about that. There we go. And it's just so beautiful. I keep wanting to show that to you. It's beautiful there. But hot stove update. Over the weekend, this would have been Friday. We were actually trying to go live. I could not go live because there was a problem with actually Facebook worldwide had a problem with live video most of the day on Friday, at least about noon until about 8 o'clock at night in our hemisphere. It was hard to get on and get off. You couldn't. It was all live video. For something in the system, and it was fixed. Connor Willis, I know this young man fairly well. Phenomenal young man, outfielder. You may remember the name. He was added on Friday. Colin is from the Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana. Went to Purdue Calumet, which is a Northwest Indiana Purdue campus there. Gary South Cat played for the Melbourne Aces in the ABL. He all-star in this league, been all-star in this league. One of the really, really talented young players in this league. One of those guys that fits on my Dan will let him play from his team any day. I'm sure he appreciates that, but he can play for my team any day. Colin again signed on Friday, and you may have seen the graphic there, and I'll pull that up for you. There we go, Colin Willis, outfielder, good speed. He's a guy that does it all. He can field, he can run, he can hit for a little pop, gap power. He'll get on base. He's one of those kind of he kind of reminds me a little bit. Bring the hot stove or bring this down here. He reminds me to a degree, and he's kind of he's a little bit of a Keith Curcio type with a little Dylan Tice mixed in. He's kind of got that mix to him. He's kind of got a little bit of that. He reminds me a lot. 6 foot 180. And as you see Joe's quote, they were excited to have Colin on our roster. Impact player, high energy, organizational experience, and in our league as well. And he was a guy that a lot of teams wanted. But I can tell you this, and this is not something I don't think he would be embarrassed to tell you. He's here because he believes in Joe's program. and he wants to play for a place that gives him a chance to be seen. These guys want to chase their major league dreams. Why not do it right here? So that was Friday's update right there. Colin Willis. Now, the course of yesterday, uh, probably about the time you folks that were having dinner last night, this one crossed I'll say the wire. Robinson Martinez, who's a hard-throwing righty from the Dominican Republic, and let me pull this picture up as well. Former Phillies farmhand. This is one of those things that's been happening too. We talked a bit about this. You're going to have some guys released because spring training rosters for the minor leagues are all, being coming together the last really 10 days or so. Well, Martinez is available, and the Monarchs have snatched him up. Right-handed reliever, back-end guy, setup guy. He's a rookie, and that's huge for the roster makeup. You've got to have those rookies, plenty of veterans, but you got to have those rookie numbers. And that rookie right there, Robinson Martinez. Now, there are two other moves coming. I know there's a catcher coming. I can't give you that at the moment, but look for that shortly, okay? And we won't break in because we're going to be doing enough broadcasting going forward the next 4 months. We won't break in, but we know there's a need for a catcher, so look for that. I also believe, with pretty good understanding, that there'll be a big bat added as well, and a big bat probably that you'll be familiar with. Probably a big bat we've talked about on this show recently. That's all I'm going to tell you. But look for those moves. Let me double check the transaction sheet at the moment. I don't believe, let me see what happened this afternoon on the American Association front. Give me just a moment, pull that up. But I don't believe anything else has come up. And we will just pull that up just in case. And let's just see here. Yeah, the sheet's not come in today. I haven't seen anything, so I don't have anything to tell you at the moment. But again, a catcher's coming and one more big bat. That would be probably round things out. That would give the club 28 players in camp. There were 25, 26 with Robinson, Martinez, and then with two more makes 28, which you can carry 28 into camp. Camp officially begins today across the association. Actually, my bad. Today's the 5th. Players are around. They're actually waiting for their test results for their COVID test. That's all the teams are doing that. All the teams in the association with the very same thing. They all reported to camp. They were tested, and they spent 2 days waiting for the test. They get those back today. First workout's officially tomorrow. Joe is meeting with the coaching staff at the moment. There's no players who are working out. But all the teams across the association, which I'm going to talk more about that in a moment, are in the same boat. They all were tested, and they were all cleared today, and they'll work out tomorrow. That's the field work going on down there, as I showed you before. So, again, Robinson Martinez is in the fold. Colin Willis, outfielder, also in the fold. That made 26. 2 more spots, a catcher, and another big batter coming. Stay tuned for that. Okay, just watch my Twitter feed and the Monarchs feed. You'll get that. Okay, that is coming. You've got a lot of talent on this roster initially, and it's gonna be fun to watch how that works out. A lot of pitching competition too. There'll be a lot of moving parts, and with new pitching coach Mike Henneman, who is a former big leaguer, mostly a Tiger. I remember Mike, and I don't know him. I've not met him yet. Looking forward to it. But Mike, who lives in Missouri, lives on the western side of the metro. I'm sorry, eastern side of the metro. We're on the western side. Mike, all-time career, I believe, saves leader for the Tigers. I remember him as a Ranger late in his career, where he actually set the Rangers single season save record and also helped them reach the postseason for the very first time in '96. Mike Henneman is your pitching coach. Of course, Bill Sobey's back over at third and your hitting coach. Frank White will be at first for home games, and John West will be his first base duties on the road, his equipment duties all the time. And then, of course, Joe Campiatra. And Jared Bashaw is back as the trainer. So good to see him back. Saw him on Monday walking around the ballpark. So that is your staff, field staff for Joe, and that kind of rounds things out. We'll talk more about that going forward on the broadcast this week. So there you go. So those items to get past here on the hot stove as we basically around third now to scatter shoot this thing out of here. I do want to give you a couple notes on the association, and I want to bring that up as well. I don't know if you saw this, and it's been asked. I don't have anything official on it, but I just want to note this came out of the Winnipeg papers in the last week. Winnipeg Goldeyes are doing their spring training in Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Milkmen very graciously welcoming the Goldies across the border into the States. They'll be able to get their vaccines and all that done in the U.S. They will not start the season in Canada. They will start on the road and probably at least most of the season in North America. Where that is to be determined. I'm hearing all kinds of rumors out there. You may have heard them too. With contraction of minor league baseball, there are some ballparks available. And I'm hearing some various things, but they will open the season for the second year in a row. Winnipeg will have to be down in the States. Nothing's been announced yet, but if you've read the Winnipeg Press and the papers up there, their owner Stan Katz even mentioned that they're going to be at least starting the season initially in the States, but where that would be, they have no idea. Although they do know they're working out in Milwaukee starting tomorrow. So the Milwaukee Milkmen will be sharing their training facility with the Winnipeg Goldeyes, which I think is a great, great thing the association is doing. And it just shows you the camaraderie and really the communal work this league is doing. Is you're only as strong as your weakest link. You want to help Winnipeg out, and Milwaukee stepped up, and it makes sense for them. So those Milwaukee Milkmen, a great tip of the cap to their work, getting the Winnipeg Goldeyes to get their spring training sorted as well. Longest road series. Do we have a mascot? Yes, we do, Jim. I'm going to let Morgan unveil that when she wants to. I do know there's a mascot. That's all I can tell you. I don't know him personally. I've not met him. I don't know if he's a furry friend or a creature. I don't know. But I do know there is one. I can tell you that. It's one of those things that's like under wraps. It's like he's in the corner of the room and it's covered up. It's unveiling yet. I don't know I don't know. But there's a mascot. I'll let Morgan unveil that. We'll try to give you more information on that when she. I'll check with her and see if we can get something out Wednesday of next week, maybe, or week after. Obviously, you'll want to have it by Tuesday, but she's going to do something with that. But yes, there is a new mascot. I just don't know. We've not met, right? Okay. Nate said, Nate, longest North American series, yeah. Again, I have a pretty good idea where I just can't say, and not because I don't want to. I can't. I'd hate to be wrong, but if you want to do some research on your own, go to see what teams are contracted across the U.S. I would say geographical area. You obviously wouldn't pull a team from California, play out there, but I would do what would fit American Association territory or thereabouts. Thereabouts is maybe my hint. And see what's open. I think you can probably connect the dots yourself, but according to the Winnipeg papers and everything we've been told, that is the case. So wishing the Goldeyes the best, but they'll play at least initially in North America. They're in North America, cross the border in North America into the U.S., and they will play U.S. based to start the season. And I hope if they can get back to Winnipeg, boy, that'd be tough. But yes. Let's see. Let me get the rest of these things here. Questions here as we wrap this thing up. Players are going to be giving balls out, able to sign. I believe social protocols will be in effect for ball signing, but I believe that's the case. But Lucas, I don't know more than that. I would expect it's going to be still a social distance thing because you just can't take a chance. Although all the players are the vaccinated, I've been vaccinated. A lot of folks have been. As we head toward herd immunity, but I still think there'll be protocols in place. And what I understand from Morgan, and if Morgan wants to jump on or fire off in the chat, she will. But from what I understand, there'll be some distance, and that will not be. That's one of the drawbacks initially, but eventually we will get to there, but not from the start. Okay, from the start, it'll be social distance. It'll be hard, but it's the best we can do at the moment. Jim says, first exhibition game is actually on Sunday, and we're going to get to that right now. Let's get to the scatter shooting. Is mask, to my knowledge, Jim, we've not announced that yet, but the county is saying no mask outside. On Monday night with the soccer, it was pretty much hit or miss. In the suite levels and around the players were all, when they were around, they were separated from the crowd pretty much. But it was pretty much folks were in their masks, but it wasn't. It was a little looser. They were wearing them, but I believe that's going to be a lot. A little restrictions for us because it's 100% of Wyandotte County. You have to wear them outside, inside, not outside. So that'll be what I believe you'll see. Where's the roster? The roster is online on our website, monarchsbaseball.com. Let me get that to you real quickly. monarchsbaseball.com. It'll be updated here shortly because we'll be making those moves, as I mentioned, at some point in the next day or so, or next few hours, I would think. But let me see here. I'll give you that graphic here. It's on monarchsbaseball.com. Just go to the roster page. It's there. I swear I've got it up here for you. A very good question, though. Where is it? Oh, here we go. There we go. Monarchsbaseball.com. So go there and check out the rosters there. It's up right now. The 2 extra players aren't on there yet, but everybody else is. And we'll update the numbers as well shortly. Lucas, one more question here as I round this thing up. You're asking if they're tossing balls up. Okay, I'm sorry, Lucas. I thought you were asking if how the autographs are going to work. That I don't know. I would imagine Morgan's got something working on that. I thought you were asking me if they could go up, how the signing was going to go. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'll see if I can get an answer for you on that for next week's show. Okay, remind me next week. I'll see if I can find an answer for you what that's going to look like. I would imagine there's going to be something along those lines, but I don't know. Sorry about that. I'm sorry the misunderstanding there. Okay, let's scatter shoot a bit. I mentioned busy week. Team starts workouts tomorrow. They're here. Everybody's here, as far as I know. That's all good news. Joe, they'll be on the field tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. Exhibition schedule starts on Sunday. Now, here's the deal. We will be on Sunday. I will be carrying the game on MixOR. More on that in a moment. But Jim was asking about the exhibition schedule. That exhibition schedule is the 9th. It's a 3:00 start right here. On Tuesday, we'll be down in the city at the Royals Youth Academy down there. Now, if you guys have seen this place, it's right behind the museum down there in Kansas City. And it's got a softball field and 3 other fields. We were there yesterday walking around and checking it out with Nate and with Morgan. We're going to do a radio audio broadcast from there. We'll play down there. And that game is at 5:00 on Tuesday down at the Royals Academy. And they'll be posting on that here shortly, but 5:00. And that's open to the public. That is a come one, come all. Love to have you out. And the parking lots are located off the Paseo on the western side. And there's a bluff right there on the western side of the bluff. Paseo's 4 lanes going each way, north and south. On the west side of the Paseo, on the corner there's some lots right there. And there's limited parking right outside the academy. So it's limited parking there, but it's right there. And the field is the northeast corner, but it's the bigger ball field with the press facility right there. So that'll be a 5:00 first pitch. Then back here on Wednesday night, here at the ballpark, 7:00 start. Then Friday night, the 14th, 7:00 start right here. And then Sunday, the 16th, is Mother's Day, 1:00 start. And Morgan's got maps. Yeah, all that stuff, it's all coming on social. I'm a little ahead of the game here. I just want to give you guys that's coming this afternoon. Morgan's got all that social maps, all that coming to you as well. Nate's got a good point. She's got it all sorted. She's there, and that's one reason she's able to jump on today. She's there. She's going to get all that stuff out to you folks. Check right here on Facebook. I'll be retweeting it. We'll be retweeting it as well on Facebook, and be ready for that. Maps will be available, but again, it's really, if you know the area down, if you've been to the museum, it's right there behind the museum. It's a really great facility. The Royals have a phenomenal facility. It's a great story, and you're going to see some very similar things from the Monarchs down the road. And that's one reason Jesse was going to join us. But again, that is going to be on Tuesday, so that gets you a little caught up with the spring schedule as well. And let's wrap this thing up with a little scatter shooting here. I got to get this off the screen here because I want to give you guys a full view of all the bells and whistles. So give me a little time here to take that off. There we go. Okay, we'll roll. I mentioned the Fan Fest is on Saturday. Now, this is exciting. I was telling my staff this yesterday. We've never done this in my time, we've never done this. I don't know the last time the old club did this, but this is exciting. Down at Union Station on Saturday, there it is right there on the screen for you. There it is, Fan Fest, 12 to 3. That's this Saturday, May 8th, Union Station, Monarchs Fan Fest. The first 500 fans get team-signed pennants. Yes, this Saturday, folks, 12 to 3 at Union Station. And that is going to be a big deal. The team's actually doing some photos down there next to the streetcar. And they're going to do be a really cool deal. There'll be some merchandise down there. I'll be introducing Joe Cafapietra to the fans. So make plans to join us and see the Monarchs firsthand. Their first public appearance at Monarchs Fan Fest Saturday from 12 to 3 at Union Station there in the city. So that'll be item number one. And actually my GoPro I was, oh gosh, dang it. I was going to give you guys a final shot there. Actually, you know what? I'll save. The one thing with the GoPro, I don't have it plugged in, so the battery went pretty quickly. But let's see if I can get that rebooted here for us in a moment. Okay, Monarchs Fan Fest, that is coming up on Saturday. Then again, I mentioned on Sunday, right here at the ballpark, 3 o'clock, and that will be airing that on MixLR. And you're probably asking, well, okay, where's the link to that? Here is your link to MixLR. And it's pretty simple, folks. It's going to be a skeleton broadcast. It's going to be kind of, I'm going to just kind of fire things up and just give you guys a little. I need the work and I need the voice to kind of get broken in. As it's been a while for me, so it's going to be one of those things. We're going to break myself in and break the broadcast gear in and all that. But mixlr.com and just do a Kansas City Monarchs search on that, and I'll put the link up as well. I'll do that right now. Here is the link. I actually have the whole thing loaded in the system. Here we go. Let's go to my live page, and I'll put the link in there for you. Here we go. And I will put that in for you. So again, it's that same wonky spot on my screen. There we go. So there it is on the screen right there for you. And you can see here's the link. There it is. There's our link to the broadcast. The plan is to carry all the games. Now, this first one may be a little more of a talk show, kind of just like we did before. But Tuesday for sure, play-by-play all the way. And then Wednesday as well, we'll be dry running it and kind of getting things going. Exhibition games on MixLR, the Monarchs channel right there. So please subscribe to that. And if you're not subscribing, you should. And then number two, every time we go live, you should click that button as well on the Facebook, so you'll be able to follow us as well. So there we go. Let's bring this down. Okay, so that is what's going on. That is your schedule of all the items that are going on here as we wrap things up on Monarchs Live. A couple things I want to give to you, though, and this is kind of in wrapping it up. I didn't do a Monarchs 101. I had it. All good. So I did a little audible because of this. So my Monarchs 101 I will show you what I'm doing Monarchs 101 in a moment. But I want to show you guys a couple things from the from the social media department. For example, have you guys seen this? Koozies. They're available right now at the ballpark. See at the ballpark koozies. How about those bad boys? A little toast with a little Corona, whatever, beverage of choice. They're available right here at the ballpark. There you go. The koozies are in. How about those bad boys? Get you one, get you two. You got to get two at least, right? So those are looking good, looking good. Also, other little items of note as we roll right along. Have you guys seen it? I don't know if you saw any of this, but I want to show you that this is really cool. This is what's going on out here right now. A couple of shots that are going on. This is on the side of the ballpark. That looks cool, doesn't it? Does that look cool or what? Old school, new school together. I mean, does that look cool or what? I love that. That's a side of the building shot right there. That is really cool. And here we go. I'll give you a shot of the seats as well. This is what's been done. The little things are starting to add up here. And this is one of the little things right here you're going to see. This one as well as these seats right there. Look at this. That's pretty cool. Side of the seats. How about that? That's pretty cool. Love that. Love that. So just some of the things that are going on here and the little odds and ends that are going on here at the ballpark. And I mentioned Monday, pretty cool, right? I mean, that was really, really cool to see folks out here and see people, enjoying the stadium. And I want to give you guys a couple of shots of that. This is all from our social media, but really cool stuff. Seeing folks here. I mean, that was the coolest thing to see folks here. Let me give you a shot. Here, and this is a good idea just of what we had on Monday night. I mean, you had friends of the soccer. They had a crowd of 3,000 plus. Tough when they took on the chin to oil rain, but there you go. Got some folks out in the right field enjoying the evening. And then you got this is actually on the field. This is actually shot, I believe. I got this one correctly. This one is from this is a wide shot of the field. This is kind of cool. This gives you an idea what you were seeing a moment ago. This is what this place looked like 40 hours ago. How about this? There you go. There's the soccer field, and that's facing toward center field there. I'm sorry, well, dead center and the right field. Get a shot of that right there. And one more here for you. Now I'm going to take you guys on a quick Legends tour, and then we'll wrap it up with a little daiquiri shout out as well, which is really kind of cool. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. That's a shot. You can see the shot of the field there. It gives you a good shot of the seats in the field, and that's some of the action from there on Monday night. So congratulations to our friends, the Kansas City soccer team there, the NSWL club, and really cool. Good to see Nate out here. It was fun because it was great to see the staff out here enjoying themselves and just kind of soaking it in and realizing this place is will start rocking very, very soon here at the home of your Kansas City Monarchs. Okay, I promised a little shot the Legends Club. Now, I shot this just a few minutes ago, right before we went on the air, so I didn't edit it. It's not been run through the editor yet, so just bear with me. This is what Dan just kind of, when I realized Jesse was going to be here, I thought, let's throw this on. So let's see if we can do this. You'll hear me doing a little narrating here. This is the Legends Club, what it looks like right now. It's going to load for a moment. In case you've not been out here in a while, suites have been, and I'll take you down there next week. The suites they're narrower, and you've got more room out in the deck. There's a neat little deck, and there's a separation between each suite, and it's got a more of a standing area outside. You've got some pub tables and things like that. They've given you more outdoor space in the suites, where on the third base side, the Legends Club, you remember me talking on the broadcast over the years about St. Paul? I had that long club down the first base line. That was kind of their thing. And that's kind of what this has become, and it's taking a while to load, so bear with me while it loads here, but it take a while. Anticipation. While we're doing that, while I wait for the video to roll, I want to show you guys this. If I can find it for you here. Somewhere. Oh, I thought I had my book. Oh, here it is, right next to me. I've been reading this Kansas City Monarchs book, Champions of Black Baseball by Janet Bruce, and I'm almost done with it, and I'm going to reread it again before the season starts, and I'm round two. It's a great little thing. This is where Monarchs 101 comes from. This week I was doing some research, and there's so many little stories in here that I was overwhelmed with little stories, and I just want to say, just give me a shout out to the book. This is a good book, and also another book I'll be starting tomorrow. It's called Only the Ball Was White. A great read. I've heard nothing but great things about it. I assume I think they're telling me the truth. I think they are. Looking forward to hearing about, and it's really about more of a broad look at the Negro Leagues, but also looking at the Monarchs. But this one right here, I was looking at a couple pieces today, and I was talking to somebody last night on the phone just about the history of this thing, and telling my staff about the history of this thing. And I really want to talk a little bit about a couple of guys, and I'll talk about them next week more. But a couple of guys who you may never heard of, but baseball heard of them. So we'll be talking more about that next week on Little Monarchs 101, because I didn't we had a longer interview planned today, and it didn't work out. So I had to kind of change the fly there. But anyway, still taking a little time to load this thing up here. Don't forget, tickets available right now. Operators are standing by. The ticket office is ready to go. You can go to monarchsbaseball.com, or more importantly, if you want to reach out and talk to somebody, Nick and company are standing by. They're ready to go. Tickets at 913-328-5618. 913-328-5618. So a quick reminder of all that's going on. Tuesday at the Royals Academy. Okay, don't forget about that. First spring game is Sunday. Don't forget about that. And I'm going back in reverse here. Fan Fest is Saturday. Don't forget about that. We got all that stuff going on, right? So big events coming up here at the ball club at the stadium, and also in town. So again, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. Then we'll be back here Wednesday. Ball game Sunday, ball game down there on Tuesday, ball game back here on Wednesday, and of course Fan Fest, a must attend for you folks coming up there on Saturday. So still waiting. All right. Well, I guess we're going to have to wait on out of here, because it's taking way too long for my video to load. But I was going to take you guys down the hallway here, and the Legends Club looks great. I'm going to show it to you in just a moment. So let me kind of stall here. While we're here, I can do a quick little Monarchs 101. And I want to really dive into a little bit more history of Jose Melendez. And there's a real unique part of history of the Monarchs and the Negro Leagues, of the Latin American experience in the Latin American leagues. There was a really you had a lot of players who went back and forth between Latin America and the Negro Leagues. And I talked a bit about Jose Melendez already, just kind of in passing already. But I want to dive in more to his story a little bit. Melendez was arguably, and we've talked about this a little bit, perhaps the best player to ever come off the island. And we're going to talk more about him in detail, a guy that you may have never heard of, but baseball folks heard of. And it's interesting to note just how these guys came over, and a lot of them just went back to Latin America. And a lot of the Negro League players, because they were not able to play in the white major leagues, would go play in Latin America and vice versa. And there was a lucrative business of playing in both leagues back in the time. And so the reciprocal, it was a real gentleman's agreement. Players went back and forth. They went back and forth between both leagues. It was not uncommon to see the greats of the Monarchs play. They would barnstorm for a few months, play in the winter ball down in Cuba or Mexico especially, then come back with their Monarchs mates into the year. So it was really a cool thing. And there's a real unique history, a real tie-in between the Monarchs, the other Negro League teams, and the leagues of Mexico and Puerto Rico and in Cuba at that time. It's really interesting. And Melendez, again, early Monarch star. And believe the first Cuban-born player to play in any league over here professionally. I believe it was actually brought here. He was a pioneer way before his time. I'm going to talk more about him next week, but I was actually into a chapter about him when Jesse called me and said, I can't make it, mate. So all good. But again, there's so many great stories, and there are a lot of great books out there about the Monarchs and the Negro Leagues as well. We're going to talk. There's so many, little things. Of course, the players we talked about, the Satchel Paige story alone. The more I read about Satchel Paige, the more I think there's got to be a movie made about this guy. There's got to be a movie made about this guy. He is one interesting character. As a matter of fact, yesterday I drove by his home there in Kansas City, in the city, and I saw a piece of the Kansas City Star about a week ago about trying to refurbish that house. And I drove right by it and just to see it, check it out. And pretty cool that you could actually drive by the house that Satchel Paige lived in. Yeah, I thought it was cool when I lived in Gary to be able to go see the house that Michael Jackson lived in, but to see where Satchel Paige lived, that's really cool. And that house exists here. There's so much history. We're going to talk more about that history in the coming broadcast, and also talk more about that coming up on our Tuesday broadcast from the Royals Academy. And again, that broadcast starts at 5 o'clock on MixLR. Then on Sunday's broadcast, we start at 3 o'clock on MixLR. Those broadcasts both online on audio this weekend. I'm anticipation. Boy, it's like a rain delay theater here. Rain delay theater. I do want to give you guys, I guess I could just change the battery out while we're talking, right? It's one thing with the GoPro. The battery just doesn't last like it should. But I want to give you guys one more shot of the stadium as well. So you'll just bear with me here. We'll do that while we're loading. Again, tickets online as well, monarchsbaseball.com. And again, it's so good that we'll be able to be 100% capacity, and that's exciting for us going forward as we get ready. Opening day, May 18th. It's 7 o'clock. It's Lincoln. Oh, by the way, coming shows next week, we will be jumping on a conversation with our two new on-field hosts. That's coming to you in a week's time, if I can get this off the screen here. There we go. We're doing that. Also, we have a special show on Monday, the 17th, as we'll be joined with Michael Dixon, the play-by-play voice of the Lincoln Salt Dogs. We'll talk to him about Salty and how things are going with them, and about how kind of touch base, a lot of changes. Lincoln probably more so than anyone, besides maybe Kansas City with the rebrand and all that. They've gone through a lot of changes with they're on their second manager since the pandemic. That's been going on. We'll talk to Michael about that. Also coming up next, starting a week from Monday. So Monday the 17th, that first show, that'll be our first in-season show. And that's going to be our coffee show. It's our old show we used to call Cup of Sizzle. That name is coming. I will get that to you shortly if I can get my there we go, GoPro attached back up here. We will be naming the show. Got several interesting names that have been tossed around out there, but we will do that. That'll be coming up on the 17th. And we go every day. We'll go little something every day like we did before. So that's all coming to you guys starting in the week of the first game. We'll do a quick preview of every time. And there we go. Let's get this going here, going again for us here. Should be able to get this for you now. And think so. So I want to give you guys a shot of the field again before we take off here. And I'm also going to show you guys the Legends Club as well. So this all coming together here. Hope. I'll wait for it to click on here while it does, and we will be ready to go. All right, let's give you guys a shot of the. This is what I shot earlier. So bear with me. It's not the greatest. I didn't get a chance to edit it like I wanted to, but here's what I shot earlier for us. All right, we're standing here on the suite level, and it's the Legends Club Sweet level on the third base side. See the guys working down there, getting the field ready for training. But give you guys a quick tour of what's going on right now. You can see, of course, the brand new seats right there. Look phenomenal. Let's head in. Let's head in. This is again the outside. Looking back down toward the media center right in the middle. But let's walk in real quickly here. And this is what we've got so far. And boy, this place is looking good, though. We're getting close. The Legends Club is taking shape. And so still got a little work to do, but you can see they have really made progress. I'm telling you, a month ago, they were really just, you couldn't really make much out of it except it was a big room. And now they've really put this fancy new floor down and these really cool lights, track lighting here. I mean, this place is going to be awesome. Look at that. Look at the wall. TVs, they've got them up. Actually, you can see them right there and right here. And they've got them all the way down there. Of course, there's the look as we look back down toward the field. Again, this is the third base side. Looking back down, this is the Legends Club. This is the quick little sneak peek. And we kind of sneak in here with the hard hat tour, though, but you can see this thing is going to be awesome. Back toward the corner, as I walk back to the back here, you've got... And you got a pretty good idea right there, I believe. I think you do. Pretty good idea what we were doing there. But anyway, that was shot just a few minutes, but that's the Legends. That's really cool, isn't it? I mean, I love that. That's what we got going on for you. So that's the Legends Club right there. Enjoy the Legends tour right there, little short tour of the Legends Club. So I was trying to fire up the GoPro again. I don't know if I'm gonna get it fired up again. I'm trying, but for some reason it's not wanting to cooperate with me. Let's try it one more time here. Give you guys one more shot of the ballpark, but it looks like we are going to be SOL. Let's try again. Trying, but doesn't look like I'm gonna get it. All right. Well, okay. Well, I tried. I tried, folks. I tried. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I was excited because it's the battery thing. It's a battery thing. It doesn't last like it should. So anyway, I owe you guys one more shot of the ballpark. Anyway, much love to y'all. Again, don't forget, coming up on Saturday down at the station. There it is right there. One more reminder right there. There it is, Monarchs Fan Fest, and that'll be coming up this Saturday. Of course, our broadcast on MixLR on Sunday and Tuesday and all that as well coming up for you. And don't forget to follow us on your social channels. We're there for you all the time. And, of course, training starts tomorrow. We're almost there, folks. Almost there for the Monarchs and the Reign Reborn as we get ready for the 2021 debut of the Kansas City Monarchs in the American Association. How about that? All right, much love to y'all. Look forward to seeing everybody out the ballpark this weekend at the station on Saturday as well. And let's be better tomorrow than we were today. Let's show more love. Virtual hugs to everybody. Can't wait to hug you in person. Fist bump, high five. Go Monarchs in person. All that coming to you in just a few days. Looking forward to it. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Let's roll the close in 3, 2, 1. Much love, everybody. Thanks for joining me.